So, as you guys can tell from the title, I'm adopting a kitten. I'm so excited. Welcome back. It's been such a long time since we've actually made a video. I've been busy streaming my heart out. I've been playing lots and lots of Legend of Zelda, but I thought this was the perfect time to make a comeback to actually making videos. I'm about to go to the store to pick up a few more things for the cat, but let me show you everything that I've already got. I get him in 2 days. I'm so excited. So I already built this cat tower just like yesterday. My husband picked up this cat wheel a while ago because we thought we were going to get a cat who we already know like is able to use one, but the cat we're getting now is like 4 months old. 2 months old. He's 2 months old, so we can teach him how to use this so it won't go to waste or anything. Just put up his litter box, and I got this cat backpack to take him around in. I'm so beyond excited about this. I've lived my entire life with cats in the house, in multiple different houses because I moved around so much when I was younger, but when I moved here to Korea, I had no animals. My husband has never had an animal in his house in his entire life. And I was like, okay, listen, we have enough money. We have a huge apartment now. I need a little friend. I spend so many days at home alone, and I'm adopting this little kitten, this cute little boy. He still needs neutered, obviously, because he's only 2 months old. And as soon as he gets here, I have to take him to the vet for some of his shots still, so I'm just so excited. Come with me to come pick some stuff up for him. I'm back from the store. I changed because I got so sweaty, thought I was gonna die. Korea gets so hot and humid. It's like also about to rain. It's almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit. But let's do an unboxing of all the shit that I got. It literally looks like I got beat up. My blush is not staying. But it's fine. Here we are. This cute ball for him to chase around is quite soft. I thought, you know, he's 2 months old. I don't want to rough him up too bad. I don't know. I haven't had a kitten since I was a child. All of my cats that I've had since I was a kid, or past my first cat when I was a kid, they've all been rescues, like adopted, already older adult cats. So it's like my first time since I was 9 years old having a kitten. I got him this bed that also turns into, like, if you just hold it up, like a little thing for him to hide in. I figured he would want that since he's gonna be in a new place. He's gonna want somewhere to hide. Some wipes for his like eyes. He's getting over an eye infection right now, so I thought I would get him these tiny standing bowls because he is just a wee boy, and cats don't really actually have to eat that much, so cute. I thought I was gonna get the beige ones, but they were a little bit too tall, and he's literally only 2 months old. I can always get newer ones. The kitty yogurt things, salmon ones, I believe. I can't read Japanese. I've always wanted to give these to cats. I've only ever done it like once in my life when I lived in Busan for my friend's cat. I got him this for his litter box so that it catches at least some of the litter. Thankfully, I have tofu litter, the kind that you can just sift and dissolve into the toilet and flush. So it won't be too horrible to clean up and step on. This is for my husband, a house thing. I got him this. It's cute and blue. And then the last but not least, I got this cushion to go inside the cat tower because the cat tower does not have a cushion inside of it. And I'm not gonna let my poor little boy run around without a cushion. Who do you think I am? Anyway. Slay. I pick him up on Saturday. Let's get her. There we go. Cute. Ignore the coffee stain on the floor. Adorable. And his toys can go in my big, call this my ADHD bag box. I keep things here that I don't know what to do with them, or I throw them there throughout the week and then eventually I clean them up. Okay, so good thing is I went out today and I got more cat stuff because the baby comes tomorrow, you guys. I got nail clippers because I would really like to train him on nail clippers starting young so that he's used to it when he's older, and I don't have to fight him because fighting a cat is not fun. I got him this butterfly toy, like it moves in a circle. It's green, so that he can play with it. And then I've been seeing these at Daiso as well, and it's like you stick it on the corner and he scratches his face against it. Awesome. Because I can't find any brushes. I have to go to like a pet store. The Daiso, all of the Daisos that I've been to have not had like cat brushes, so I'm gonna have to do that, but I get him tomorrow. Absolutely insane to me. I get my little boy tomorrow. Hi, it's the next day. I have the cat. You can't see him, but he's down hiding and sleeping in here. And this is the beautiful Abby that brought me the kitten, who fosters cats in Gwangju. I figured I would ask her just a few questions for you guys about like the adoption process and how I even like found her. I found her through Facebook. There's a lot of like Facebook groups that do like cat fostering and rescuing, like among foreigners. But yeah, we'll go ahead with the questions because she's gonna leave soon. So how long have you actually been in Korea?
I've been here almost 7 years.
Why has everybody I know actually been here for like almost 10 years? Almost all of my friends have been here for like a decade.
That wasn't the plan, but then like when you can take it year by year, it just kind of happens.
I feel like it's a lot easier to stay and then just find a new apartment than it is to like actually pack up all of your belongings from years and then leave. So,
exactly.
It checks out.
Maybe partly out of laziness, but yeah.
I don't want to think about moving all this.
Right.
Because I have an attachment to my objects and I'm like, it's all gotta go with me. Like, how am I gonna get it all
stay,
with
the
me?
more stuff you get, and then you're just like...
I'm a stuffed person.
Yeah.
Can you tell? But how long have you been fostering? Like, fostering, rescuing, etc. If you can group it all into one.
Yeah, like almost 2 years.
Okay.
So, since September 2021.
If I can convince JJ, I would love to. I don't know if I have the heart to foster animals because they would just constantly turn into foster fails, and I would be like, but I have to keep you. Like, I love you too much. Yeah, it's a goal, maybe eventually.
Well, I think like everyone says that, right? But like, of course, like no one's gonna foster if they don't love animals.
Yeah.
So like, also when the stakes are like the animal's gonna die, or I feel a little bit sad because I fostered it, it lived, and it got adopted to a happy forever family. Like,
yeah, weigh your options.
I'm gonna go with this one every time. So
yeah, and there are so many cats who need adopted and fostered or like rescued in Korea. I didn't realize until I actually started doing like more in-depth research into the Facebook groups and stuff. I was like I knew that there was definitely a dog problem, but like the cat problem is also very English words prevalent here as well. How did you initially find Tulin?
So a lot of rescue stuff in Korea, like there are public shelters and private shelters, but a lot of it's just like individual people who find cats or dogs and want to help them. So I'm a part of a neighbor cafe. It's like a Korean social media for cat moms or cat rescuers in Gwangju. And so this person had posted about Tulin. Sorry, I'm gonna try to use it. His
original name was Loopy, but obviously, like, you guys already know that I changed his name because I've fallen in love.
But yeah, old habits die hard. So, but this woman knows, it's kind of a unique situation because the woman knows where the mom is, He was with the mom. He has some siblings that are all white, actually. He's the only black and white one. And they have heterochromia, the two separate eyes. Sorry, this is not the main point, but...
who cares? That's a beautiful point. That's so cute. But it's actually so nice to know that he did have, like, a mom, because I know a lot of the kittens can sometimes get found, and then you just have to bottle feed them and they don't have a mom.
Right. So he did have a mom, so he got through that stage with her. But at some point he got separated, and from what I understood, because my Korean isn't, like, fantastic, he got, like, wedged between, like, an industrial fan and a window outside, and so the person who found him, like, had to pull him out, and when she did, his eyes were, like, all crusty and stuff, which is really, really common in kittens, and it's not a big deal if you get the medicine right away, but if you don't get the medicine, like, it can potentially cause them to go blind and stuff. Like, it can escalate really, really quickly. So she took him in and got him eye drops. Within a week he was fine, but this woman has 16 cats, which is again what happens with a lot of people. Like, they start to, like, rescue cats and they accumulate them, and then especially when it comes to adults, people don't want to adopt adult cats. Like, everyone wants a cute kitten and no one wants a 1-year-old adult cat, even though they still have, 19 years left to go.
Yeah, no.
And so she was just like, I can't, it's too much. I already have 16 kittens. And she lived in my neighborhood, so I was like, I'll take him for you, no problem. And she, generously, like, paid for the vaccines and gave me some food for him and stuff. But then, yeah, I just had him from there.
And now he's smiling. Hello. Oh my gosh, I promise I won't hurt you. No need to flinch. He's like, fingers. How did you get into it? Because now that you've said, like, you've only been doing it for, like, 2 years, or you've been here for, like, 7.
Yeah, so I wasn't a huge cat person growing up. Got my first cat 3 years ago now? 3 years ago now, because he's about 4. Because this cat used to run into the school where I worked, and we were afraid that, like, he would get run over and stuff in the parking lot. So I was like, okay, I actually really like him. Like, I'll take him home. So I was like, that's it. That's all I want.
Just one cat.
Yeah, exactly. And then I live in, like, a little freestanding house, and right outside the window, I came home from work one day, and these, like, ladies were, like, throwing buckets of water across the street. And I was like, that's weird. And, like, they were, like, throwing them on the stray cat. Yeah, and so I was like, oh, that's sad, but, like, especially at the time, like, I'm like, I don't know how to yell at older ladies in Korean and be like, don't do that, right? So I'm like, okay, it's sad, but, like, the cat will move, and okay. So the cat did eventually go away, but, like, she wouldn't go away for a long time, and usually, like, cats will just avoid that kind of thing. If they don't
want you to do something, they usually just
they'll just run away, right? So, like, it took her forever to go, and then she left, and I saw her leave, and the ladies went back inside, and then I was like, it looks like there's still something moving in the bushes, and it was 3 5-day-old kittens. They were that big. I took them inside and weighed them several hours later, and one was like 98 grams. Like, when I say, like, that big, they were actually that big. Their eyes weren't closed. Their ears were still closed and down. They still had umbilical cords. Yeah, so they were, like, soaked. So, I, like, started searching on Facebook, started looking online, what should you do? They're like, okay, wait for mom to come back. I'm like, pretty sure mom's not coming back. Like,
yeah, when they're that old, they have to be, like, really warm because they can't regulate
and I did wait for a while, but then it was, like, evening, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to, like, bring them somewhere. So my Korean friend called the public shelter for me, and they were like, well, technically, like, we can't refuse them, you can bring them here, but we go home at 6 and they need to be fed every 2 hours. So if you bring them here, they're gonna die. But you can bring them if you really want to. Like, they're like, but at this point, you should probably just leave them outside if you're not going to take care of them, because there's probably a better chance of them hoping that mom comes back.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. So fortunately, I had a friend who used to be a vet tech who lived in the same city as me, and I was like, okay, what do I do? She's like, okay, we need to do this. She, like, got me some formula, came over and helped me figure out how to bottle feed these kittens. And I'm like, I've never done anything like this before. I have no idea what I'm doing. It was, yeah. So
no, that's a lot for someone who had never really had a cat before.
Yeah, just came home from school one day, and then I was like, uh-oh. And then I like swore, I had so much trouble getting them adopted and stuff because it was my first time trying to do anything like that. And so I swore I was never going to do that again. And then I did. And then I kept doing it. You know, but like at certain points I've like had kittens like actually like I got a call on lunch break from my coworker once who was like going out of the property to get like something to eat, and she was like, Abby, there's a kitten in the middle of the road. There's a kitten in the middle of the road. What do I do? I thought it was a plastic bag at first because it was like, you know, like it had like flattened itself to make it small in the middle of the road, and I was like, chase it out of the middle of the road. I was like, okay, I'll be there. So like, yeah. So that was one of them. So like, I don't know. And then once you like see something, then you start to notice things more easily. So I feel like I don't think there are actually more cats in my area than anywhere else. I just think that I notice
You're
them
able to notice them a lot more. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because now I know what to look for or listen for and stuff. So I'm aware of it.
Okay. I do know, like when I was living in Gangnam, there was a specific place that all these cats wanted to go to. It was like an abandoned building next to like a Jeju like pork place, and I would walk by and they were always just there. Someone was totally feeding them because they were so healthy. And I think there's another stray like maybe down the road or something that also gets fed because somebody has like bowls out there. I don't know. It's just cute to see that everyone actually somebody cares still.
Yeah.
I'm not good at spotting the strays, and I'm definitely not good at being like, hi.
Well, if they're outside, they're strays.
Yeah.
Like, because people in Korea don't let their cats outside.
No,
right?
yeah. No sane person would actually let their cat outside off of a leash here. If you can get your cat on a leash. Do you have a favorite rescue cat that you've had?
I don't know. That's so hard because I say, oh my gosh, you're my favorite to all of them. Like I really do. Like I have a couple that like stand out a bit. So I have one right now who has been named Bojito, like little mouth, because this cat was like, I've only had him for a week, and he's only maybe 8 weeks old, but he's super tiny and he has these giant ears and giant eyes, and the cutest little markings on his face. But like, I didn't know a cat could be so feral at such a young age. Like I got him, he was like hissing and spitting, and like, I mean, like the day after I got him, because the only way to like help a cat like that is to like to socialize them, and the way you do that is through food. So I was like, okay, like I had to cover the whole thing, and he has just like a little area like this big that's uncovered, and he's like hissing at me and like growling at me and stuff through that little thing. And so I just put like a little bit of food, like wet food, right there in the opening, like where the cover was up. And I just sat there for an hour and a half. It was like Sunday morning. Just sat there for an hour and a half, and he would not come over. And I'm like, well, I know you haven't eaten in 12 hours, so you're coming over at some point. So I was just sitting on my phone next to the cage, and I'm like, he's gonna see me when he eats. I don't care how long this takes. And 3 days later, I'll have to like show you the video later. 3 days later, he's like yelling at me to come over and pick him up and pet him. Like I think that's so rewarding.
And that's so fast. Like
no, because they're really like that's the age of development.
For
it's
them
like
is, when their brains
the
are the most
social age
malleable,
between like 6 and 12 weeks. So he's like perfect socialization age. But it's so amazing because it was so fast and it was such a big change. That's the one that sticks out to me right now. You're
just dead asleep right now. I'm already just absolutely in love with this little man. I'm also just impatient as someone who's had cats before. I'm like, I haven't cuddled a cat in God knows how long.
Well, he's one of the best travelers I've ever had.
I am.
In that way, he's possibly my favorite because there's
only so much screaming you can like handle
without
going insane.
He went with me to 2 other people's houses today to drop off 2 other cats. So he was in this carrier for probably like 7 hours or so, and he did not make a single noise the entire time.
That really makes me want to know what he sounds like.
He didn't seem stressed at all. He was just like,
when are we getting home? I'm sleepy. And he's still sleeping now. Like,
yeah.
He's just He's gone.
Kittens are like that. Yeah.
Thank God. I say that I'm kind of ready for the like teenager playful stage, but I don't know if I am.
Be careful what you wish for.
I'm not kidding. I have not had like that teenager stage since I was like in elementary school.
Yeah.
Because I've only ever like adopted the like teenage cats. Oh, I take that back because my sister's cat has gone through the teenage stage, but like I don't like that cat anyway.
Yeah.
We don't get along. Bella, if you ever see this, you already know. We've got issues. Yeah, what would be like the first thing that you say to people that say that they want to adopt a rescue cat?
First of all, good for you. Thank you for not buying a cat, because there are way too many cats that you get euthanized. No matter where you live in the world, it's the case. Like, there are way too many cats that die every year for you to buy a cat from a pet shop. So first of all, thank you. Second of all, just make sure that you want to adopt a cat and not foster a cat. Fostering is fantastic, and it's a really good way to have a cat like temporarily while helping out rescue cats. And not everyone, like, you can love cats, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're ready to adopt one.
Yeah.
And you definitely want to decide that and realize that before you have a cat, rather than 2 days or 2 weeks or 2 months after you get the kitten, because they're going to be in your home for a really long time. And I would say, especially if you're looking at adopting a kitten, like, it's so much harder to get adult cats adopted. So, like, especially if you're adopting a kitten, like, make sure that you're making that responsible decision that you will have them for the next 15 or 20 years. Because if you decide in 2 years from now that you don't want them anymore, it's going to be much harder for them to get adopted than it would be when they're 2 months old. So that's what I would say.
I don't get it. I could never imagine someone giving up this poor little guy.
Yeah.
Because like even most of my friends have already texted me like, oh my God, I can't wait until he grows up to see what he looks like when he's older.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, like, why would you want to miss all of those stages?
Happens when there are legitimate reasons that people need to rehome their animals.
Lastly, it's really just like, is there anything else that you would like to say? I don't know. I will be linking her rescue Facebook in the description so that if you guys are interested in donating, because there is a difference between fostering and rescuing, and fostering, especially if you have multiple cats at the same time, can be a lot financially when you have a bunch of rescue cats who are coming in with super messed up spinal cords and stuff. So people like Abby really, really need the funds to be able to help these cats.
Yeah.
So her Facebook and everything will be in the description. But as a little closing thing, hey, don't fall, please God. I have actually been saving this up for the past few months. It was originally for my wedding, but we ended up getting a really good, we didn't know about this bank account from my husband's dad for our wedding and honeymoon instead. So I want to give you this as a donation because I'm trying not to cry. Because I'm gonna You have no idea how fucking lonely it is to live in a house. Like, I've grown up with cats my whole life, and it's extremely weird and lonely, and the energy is like missing from the room when you don't have a cat. So I'm so happy to have Tulin, and I want to help more cats. So I think there's like 75,000 won in there.
Thank you.
Oh, of course.
Okay, don't cry.
Look at him. Look at this little man. Hey, you want to come out and say hi for the camera?
God, no. Look at him.
Is
he not the most perfect little guy ever? I got my freaking thing in the water.
Oh.
Look at him go. He thinks.
And his little tail.
And his little tail. His tail like curves. It's like, he's like, I was born like this. Yes, I see you. I'm so sorry. Can you stay there? Anyway, go, even if it's $1, go donate
to Abby. Because, like, look at this. Why wouldn't you want to help this little guy get home?
Oh.
I mean, the least he only had, like, an eye infection, but... Look at him go. I love you.
See, this is why if you're like, oh, can you pick a favorite? I'm like, no, because anytime any of them look at me like that, then they're my favorite at that moment.
Thanks for watching. You guys will get to see more of Tulin later. Obviously, there's no way I'm going to keep this little guy away from the camera. He's so cute. Check out Abby's Facebook page.
Also, you guys, I just wanted to kind of make it very clear, Abby does not work for an organization. She is just an individual. So none of the donations that anybody would potentially give there's no taxes or anything included in that. She is just one person that does this out of the kindness of her heart. So please go give her a donation, even if it's just a really small one. Everything counts. She's currently working with a cat that has a spinal cord injury and a few others that also need like vet help. So it would honestly mean the world to her, the cat, and obviously people like me who adopt from her healthy, beautiful little kittens. Hey, just as like a little closing thing, because we've had Tulin for just over a week now. He's finally in his cuddling phase. He's also an absolute crackhead. He loves his mommy. He's purring so much. Yeah, adopt, don't shop. You'll be seeing more Tulin content eventually, but for now I'm just enjoying my time. Thank you so much for watching the video, and if you donate to Abby's Facebook, thank you so much for donating, because it helps her help people like me and little guys like him. Okay, bye, Tulin. Bye, you can see me on stream. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.